For me, I've never really wanted to do this. It wasn't something I thought I was going to do. Honestly, it was financial. The inflation is just getting out of control. And I started to look for low cost of living countries. And this was one of at the top of the list for a lot of people. And then when you couple that with the ease of the visa process, because US citizens get a year here, no questions asked. If you're just like a solo person on your own, I would say you want at least like 1,000 USD a month. If you're willing to make some real sacrifices, if you want to like work in the local economy and you want to live with other people and you have connections, you might be able to live on less than that, but it's going to be really challenging. And
Okay.
1,000 USD is probably going to be pretty tough, but I've definitely met people that are doing that. I am from Texas in the United States, so all in for an entire month, it was no problem for us to spend 8 grand compared to here spending two.
So this is Dan of Vagabond Awake, and today we're lucky to have Adam on the channel. Adam's in one of my favorite countries. Adam, welcome to the channel.
Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
So Adam, what's your home country and where are you sitting right now?
I am from Texas in the United States, and currently I'm sitting in Vlora, Albania.
Flora, Albania. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Um, and how long have you been there in Flora?
We're coming up on about 8 months now.
Is this your first time living outside of the US?
Definitely. We did a cruise. My wife and I say we took a cruise about, I don't know, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and I got off the boat for like 6 hours. And then we did our honeymoon in Italy. But other than that, I've never been outside the country before.
Wow. And now you're just a ferry ride away from Italy if you decide to go again. As I interview Adam, I will show you a video that Chung and I took as we traveled all around Albania, and I'll label each city. When did you first start thinking that maybe life overseas might be a way for you sometime in the future?
For me, I've never really wanted to do this. It wasn't something I thought I was going to do. But my wife and I have been kind of planning for early retirement for a long time. We've been working towards it for about 10 years. But as inflation got worse, it's like the number that we needed to hit that in order to stop working just kept getting higher and higher. And it just felt like we weren't going to be able to catch up with it. And so that's when we started to look for other alternatives and start to think outside the box. And that's when I realized, well, if we live in another country where the cost of living is lower, we could actually stop working now.
What are some of the reasons you hear other expats are moving to Albania?
It's a very similar story. Generally, people are basically either trying to escape the economic situation or the political situation. It's generally one or the other.
What is your apartment cost? Are you renting? Are you buying? How did that process go?
Well, when we were looking at our residency options, there's lots of choices, and the one that seemed the most appealing to us was actually to purchase property because it's kind of the lowest barrier to entry as far as like the bureaucracy and the paperwork that you have to do. So we purchased this apartment. The purchase price when we got it was 110,000 euro, and I mean I'm a 10 or 15 minute walk from the beach, some of the bluest waters I've ever seen. So it's crazy that we were able to do that for that price here.
So did you buy it? Do you finance it or pay cash? 110?
We just bought it outright. We had some equity in the house that we were able to kind of move over into this property here. It's like, in the US we had a mortgage, now here we own a property. It's funny how that works.
Give us an idea. What does a meal cost when you go out, take your wife out to dinner, and maybe a neighborhood restaurant versus taking her out to white tablecloth kind of thing? Or
Yeah, it's so the currency here is called 𝐿EC. And a good kind of rule of thumb that helped us when we first got over here is a 𝐿EC is like a penny. So you hear 1,000 𝐿EC, that's roughly $10. Now the exchange rates are getting worse. It's more like $12, but it gives you a good idea. So we're spending about 1,000 𝐿EC a plate at the most. So that's going to be like $18 to $23, I'd say, for like a simple meal that's kind of straightforward. And if we go to like a really nice restaurant, I mean, the kind of place that in the US would easily be over $100 for the two of us, we can do something like that for 45 to 55 US.
okay, and so when you talk to other expats or yourself, like what are the range of the monthly living costs for being in Albania where you are?
Yeah, I usually hear most of the people that I talk to don't have kids or the kids are grown, so it's not like they're trying to do like a family over here. So generally, like when I hear a couple like myself and my wife, they're in the like 2,000 USD a month ballpark generally. It can
Okay.
go up or down depending on your needs, obviously. And I mean, you can get whatever level that you want. If you want luxury, you can find it, but you're going to pay for it.
What was your monthly budget in the US?
Oh my God. Well, I come from the DFW area, and we came from a city specifically that was one of the fastest growing in the country at the time. And so our house when we sold it was over 400,000. It was right at the, the standard value. Our mortgage was about $1,800 a month. And that fluctuated depending on the property taxes and the insurance. So all in for an entire month, it was no problem for us to spend 8 grand compared to here spending two, and that's living well.
Wow. You're talking 20,
Yeah.
you're talking 75% saving.
Oh yeah. And
And
lifestyle is so much better.
and you don't have a mortgage payment anymore, so you don't have that monkey
Exactly.
on your back. So that's the two of you. What would you say
Mhm.
a single person on a tight budget, if they were just going to rent an apartment, what would they be able to live like there? What's like maybe a minimum and then maybe a range?
Yeah, so there is a monthly minimum wage of it's either 400 or 500 euro a month here. So that's what locals are living on. Now, obviously, that's going to be really difficult for them. It's difficult, but they're often to make it work. You find families are really close knit and people are living together in groups. If you're just like a solo person on your own, I would say you want at least like 1,000 USD a month. If you're willing to make some real sacrifices, if you want to like work in the local economy and you want to live with other people and you have connections, you might be able to live on less than that, but it's going to be really challenging. And a
Okay.
thousand USD is probably going to be pretty tough, but I've definitely met people that are doing that.
We always
Hmm.
hear that maybe the world isn't that safe. It's safe where we live, but the world can be dangerous or crazy. What's your perception of that now?
I feel totally safe. I actually made a reel at one point on Instagram talking about the International Safety Index, and Albania is safer than the US by a lot of metrics, so measurably. So, you're told a lot of things about the US when you're in it, and then you learn a lot of those things might not necessarily be true once you get out.
Yeah, especially our movies. Now you mentioned that you have a residency based on real estate purchase.
We haven't gotten our residency yet, actually.
Okay.
We purchased
Okay.
the property, but we haven't gone through that process of actually getting our residency.
By the way, it's just Americans get the 1 year visa entry
Correct.
without payment or anything. Um,
Right.
and when the end of the year happens, I hear you just have to go out for, is it 90 days and then come back for
Correct. 90
another
days.
year? Okay.
Hmm. And
Okay.
that's kind of our worst case scenario at this point. That's why we're not too worried. Like it might just turn into an excuse to have a 3 month vacation,
Right.
from the beautiful beaches that we're already living on. But yeah, it might turn into an opportunity to leave, or we're going to go follow through on the paperwork to get residency so we can stay.
So, and if you had to lock it up and go somewhere for 3 months, you're in an apartment, and so you have a front door and a lock, and
Hmm.
it's
Absolutely.
not like a single family home where you got to worry about someone breaking in and taking over the place, right? I mean, lower chance of.
Yeah, definitely not. And I mean, we might even sublet it where we rent it out. We've talked about that. We might try and Airbnb it. There's a lot of people that do stuff like that here. So there's a lot of options if we're willing to, it's kind of scary to let someone come into your living space and live there while you're gone. But it's something that we've considered, and it's certainly on the table if we decide that we want to go for the 3 months.
Yeah, it would help pay for your travel too. So,
Exactly.
so the residency visa you want, how does that work? You just
Mhm.
need to, if you buy real estate, is there a minimum amount, or how does that work?
Yeah, so in Albania, you have to have it's 30 square meters per person. And so, in order for the residency to work for me and my wife, we both had to be on the ownership, like the title, and the unit had to be big enough to accommodate the 30 square meters for both of us. So this apartment had to be at least 60 square meters in order for us to use it as an excuse for residency. And then, other than that's the only thing. There's not a requirement as far as the cost or anything. It's just the size.
Okay, and then have you found out the other details, like what else you need to prove to get residency once you bought the house?
That was one of the most appealing parts. For residency, for basically any other means, you have to have a lot of documentation. You have to do a background check. You have to have apostilled like birth certificates and marriage certificates and all of that stuff. My understanding is with the residency with the real estate that we literally just need like our passport and then the proof of ownership, and that's it. So I'm not sure yet because I haven't done it, but that's my understanding.
Right. And then what about if you decide, what the heck, let's stay here forever, we'll get citizenship. Is that possible? Can you get a passport in Albania?
So my understanding is with the path that we're picking currently for residency, there's not a path to citizenship. So if we want to stay longer term, we're either going to have to do another path or use another means. So usually when you see people want to do resident or they want to do citizenship here, they'll do a business residency because it's pretty easy to start a business here and get residency that way. And it's a 5 year visa. And then there's a path to citizenship with it.
Oh, cool. Um,
Yeah. And that's
that
something that we've talked about and I might pursue.
shopping? Like, do you have the fruits and vegetables from home? Do
Yeah.
you buy the food that you're used to eating? What's it like on the ground there?
So one of the funniest conversations that I had living here, my wife needed some produce for a recipe, and I was like, I bet I could see that from our balcony, and I step out down and there's a produce stand. I can see it every day. So that particular day I wasn't able to find whatever she was looking for, but generally the thing I say is I can get just about whatever I want within a 5 or 10 minute walk.
Very cool.
And I mean, some of the produce might be, I mean, not everything. Like, there might be some, like, I can't get good bell peppers. I come from Texas and it's hard to get like a good bell pepper like I'm used to, but like I can get avocados. They're a little pricier. I can get a lot of the American food that I like, but it's definitely going to be more expensive. And not everything, once again, you have to be a little bit more, you have to be willing to make some sacrifices for food for sure. But I'm satisfied.
And you're at 2000 and you were at 8. So
Uh,
it's a terrible.
yeah,
It's just, so what
that's
is
the only
that?
thing I needed to know.
Now so you look way too young to retire. How are you able to pull this off? Or what are your thoughts
Oh,
about that?
that's a long story, and I mean, you know how financial advice is. I hate to offer anyone advice as far as that's concerned, but I'm always willing to kind of talk about like what we did and how we thought about it. I mean, for us, we just basically focused on earning as much as we could and living on as little as we could, and investing and saving as much as possible for as long as we could. And luckily, my wife especially was able to earn a very high income with real estate, and I did pretty well myself, and we never had kids. So between all those factors and picking some good investments, it worked out well for us. That's a pretty uncommon story, unfortunately. So it's like I have a lot of people that'll reach out on my social media and they'll ask for tips and advice and want to know how I did it. And I'm like, luck? I don't know, work at it and hopefully things will work out. But I can't help. I wish I could.
Yeah. Your conversation about it sounds like fire, financial independence.
Exactly. Definitely the philosophy for sure. Yes.
Okay, good. And just for those listening, financial independence, retire early is about making as much as you can, spending as little as you can, and preparing for an early
Yeah.
retirement. So that's kind of the idea in a nutshell. And
Yeah.
keeping expenses low can include things like having fewer or no kids, quit buying a new mansion every 3 years and or
Or
5 years or
car.
whatever, drive a used car,
Right.
or ride public and just all that kind of stuff. So that's great.
Whatever you can do. Yeah.
Whatever you can do, just get the numbers way down. So and let the money pile up so you can invest it. Now you have a social media where people can check out
Mhm.
what's going on with you. Tell us about that. Where are you?
Yeah, so it's funny. When we started to do this, my father-in-law was encouraging my wife and I to do social media and to document it, and I didn't want to deal with the stress. It felt like it was going to be a pain, and there's so much of that stuff that I wish I would have captured. I only started doing Instagram about 6 or 8 months ago now. I guess about six because we had been here for a few months before I started, and it worked out pretty well pretty quickly. I grew to about 12,000 followers almost in about 3 or 4 months. And then about the last 6 weeks to 2 months, I've been doing YouTube, working on longer form content, and that's been going very, very well also. I'm at about 1,100 followers right now, working on 1,200.
Right
And
on.
I'm eyeing monetization, hoping to get there. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So tell us, what is the name of your YouTube channel and your Instagram? How do people find you?
Adam in Albania, straight and simple, straightforward and simple.
Yeah, that's great. Now, the town you picked in Albania, tell people about why you picked it, what it's like.
When we first decided that we were going to do this, we knew it was going to be Albania. We flew over here to do a test trip, and my wife is an expert at crafting trips and organizing, and so I let her pick basically the most appealing city she thought we would both like. She wanted us to look at Tirana and Vlora, so we arrived at the airport in Tirana. It's the capital. It's a beautiful city. I equate it to kind of a New York style city, very metropolitan, very cool, and I enjoy it. It's really bustling, very crowded, especially when it's raining and there's umbrellas. It can be really hard to navigate. So we stayed there for a week, and then the next part of the test trip was here in Vlora. And as soon as the cab pulled up and I could see we had the sea on one side and then we had the mountains on the other and the palm trees, we were both like, this is it. We didn't need to see anything else. And we basically from that point started to work towards living here full time.
You're where the ferry comes back from Italy, maybe?
I've heard there's a ferry in Vlora, yeah, that leaves, and it's like, I don't know. I want to say I've heard it's like $100 and it comes with a room and you stay overnight. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is. And it's a great part of Italy that you go to over there. It's one of the cheapest parts of Italy. We were over there was it last summer? Yeah, no,
I bet
no,
you have a
summer.
hard time remembering.
So yeah, but we tooled all around that part of Italy after
Uh-huh.
staying in Albania. And honestly, We love Italy, but we actually liked Albania more than Italy. Albania sort of felt alive, and
Yeah.
Italy felt a little bit stodgy or something like, oh, just I really I don't want to put people out, but I mean we did love Italy, but Albania had something about the energy there or the food, and honestly, when it costs that kind of money you're talking about to live somewhere and live a decent life, that makes a big impression on you. It's hard to
Hmm.
really explain that, but it takes all that pressure off your back. So,
Exactly.
so what do you like to talk about on your two social media accounts?
The Instagram I've been treating is more like a short form, and so I just make kind of fun videos about what I've been up to. And then the YouTube, I'm trying to focus more on like essay style content that's just about leaving the US. So far, I've been making videos about why people might want to do that and what it's like to do that, what it's like to live here in Albania, having done that myself. I've also been trying to interview some people. I've done a few of those, and it's interviewing other expats and nomads, and it's the same thing, just talking to them about their experience and what it's like for them getting out of the US.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Well,
it's kind of like what you do, honestly.
yeah, I mean it's a big world out there, and people are fascinated about it, and there's no
Growing
one better.
audience too.
Yeah, that's great. And there's no one better than somebody with their feet on the ground there.
Right.
And so there you are. So you're a great resource. So tell people one more time the name of your social media on Instagram and YouTube.
Adaman, Albania.
There you go.
Straightforward and simple. Can't miss it.
Don't make these 10 mistakes before retiring overseas. Grab a copy of this free ebook so you'll find out what they are. And watch these 2 videos of our favorite places to retire in Albania, which include cost of living,